No man name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time.
Welcome to Talk the Prospect. I am Gayle Saunders here with Chris Mallee, and we're lucky today to have wide receiver out of Boise State, Khalil Shakir. How you doing today, man?
Good. I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Hey, man, we're living the dream. I know it's draft time. It's a crazy year. This whole draft process, it's been pretty awesome. My draft process starts. I start finding, the prospects that are coming out. The Senior Bowl starting, trying to figure out who is who. And Khalil, man, when I found you, I was like, man, this guy's got game. I was loving what I was seeing. And me and Chris went down to the Senior Bowl this year, and then coming to find out, out of all the people that I know in my past, I'm looking at a photo of you, and to your left is your agent, and me and your agent go way back. Like I'm talking like 10 years, and his dream was always to be an NFL agent. The news broke to me as I saw the photo, because I remember him telling me this way back. So the fact that you're standing there with my guy Derek, and we bumped into each other down at the Senior Bowl as well. So that was just a great day.
No, that's what's up. He's awesome, dude.
But Chris, I'll let you start off.
Yeah, Khalil, can't thank you enough for taking the time throughout the draft process to stop on. You had a monster offseason down at the Senior Bowl. We were talking to scouts and different coaches and just everyone in the stands, and everyone was saying, who is this kid from Boise State? Because you were standing out. And then you capped off the combine with a 4.35. And I heard you tell the story how the camera guy was the one who tipped you off that you ran a 4.35. And it's been amazing to see the process and your rise. We're getting close to the draft. I mean, how are you feeling right now?
I feel great. Just, taking it day by day, trying not to look too far ahead to the exact draft day, but just taking it day by day, working out every day, and just trying to stay blessed, because staying blessed is what's got me to this point, just being appreciative for everybody who's came along and helped me out through my whole career. And just hoping that, God willing, I end up in a place where I'm supposed to be. So I'm just excited to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've elevated your game, game by game, year by year, and the hard work pays off. And it's awesome to see your draft hype. Gayle and I were just talking to you about being on NFL Network a couple of days ago, which is monumentous. It's just the fact that you're saying that your whole life you're watching the show, now you're on it. And just want to get into the first question over here. So what has been your favorite part of the draft process, and what has been your least favorite part?
Oh, that's a tough one. My favorite part, I'd have to say the training aspect. Like I went down to Fort Lauderdale to train down at XPE, and I've never done like intense training, speed training at least, for really pushing the 40-yard dash. I know for me it was like, okay, they wanted to know how fast I was, right? And not many people didn't think I was 4.4, 4.3. Nobody knew I was that fast. Everybody was thinking 4.5, 4.6, or a lot slower. So for me, it was just about proving everybody wrong. And that type of training was very, very intense, but it was fun because I knew that every day I was getting better. I knew that I was getting faster every day. And when I got there, I actually pre-tested like a 4.6, 4.7, like a high 4.6, low 4.7. And I was like, oh, this is going to be tough to get it down, And they were like, we can get you down to a 4.5, we think for sure. And about a week and a half out from the combine, I pre-tested a 4.40. So I'm like, okay, whatever this training is, it works. So just that process to go out there and train that intense and it all to pay off when I went to the combine was definitely my favorite part about this process. Then I would say least favorite, that's a tough one, because at the same time, it's, you don't want to make it seem like I'm not appreciative for everything that's happened to this point, because I know that anybody would be, more than welcome to trade places with me. So I guess the only thing would be, just getting more sleep. You got busy days. You're working out all day. You're meeting with teams. You're, doing a whole bunch of things to where your sleep schedule can be a little bit off. So I guess that'd be my least favorite part, was just not getting as much sleep. So now making that work, going to sleep earlier, have a little more time to, get myself together to get ready for bed at a decent time. So I would definitely say that's probably the least favorite part.
Now, when I was looking at some of your tape, and I was just thinking in my head before I even heard some of the things that I heard in the past couple of days, but I was just thinking in my head, like Swiss Army knife, dude. Like, this dude is, he'll take a jet sweep. He's getting the yak. He's going up for the 50-50 balls. And did you reach out to Swiss Army yet to get your own set of knives? Because look at here, man. Like, I know that's the nickname, Swiss. I had to add the little, whether you're a wide receiver or not, you knowing the X, slot to Z. Mm-hmm. You said you added a little wildcat, little running back in high school, and a kick return ability. So, I mean, talk about, it leads me into my first question. For a player that is as versatile as yourself, with the ability to be interchangeable in an offense, how have NFL teams stressed the importance of your skill set at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much for me, when you go into a game, knowing what every single person has, the concept as a whole, it allows you to be on the field a lot more, when you just know what the X has on certain personnels and certain plays, it limits your play time. So if the coaches, here at Boise State, they had the trust in me to go into every game, knowing that I was going to know the concept as a whole. So going into this next level, I've been told it's important that I learn that throughout my career, here in college, because, now they can kind of move me around, and knowing that I've done it before, it'll obviously, the trust has to be built, from wherever I end up. But it gives them, a sense of them to, they can feel comfortable with, putting me out there wherever, like I said, slot, outside, X or Z, running back, wildcat. Like, I've done it all, and I've shown that I've done it all. So I think, that bringing that skill set to the next level is very important. You see guys like Deebo Samuels doing that, and creating this new position, wide back, or whatever they want to call it, So
that don't sound right, man. That don't sound right.
Yeah, no, hey, no, that's definitely after watching what Deebo did, though, that's definitely something that I would want to do at the next level, and I think that from what I've done in my college career, that it's definitely something that teams could take advantage of. So
that's interesting. I know we had a question from the chat real quick. Stephen Puga says, Khalil, who's one NFL wide receiver you looked up to growing up?
Julio Jones. I'm not as big as Julio Jones, but the physicality he brings to the game and the way he's, he does this thing called the illusion of speed. I learned this when I was training. So it was as a receiver, you got guys who look like they're running real fast. They're wideouts, and sometimes they are. But there was this route that Julio Jones ran a couple years ago, and it was when he was on the Falcons, and he ran a post corner. And when you watch the clip, it seems like he's running really, really fast. And we're all guessing 18 miles per hour, 19 miles per hour. And he completely shakes the dude. He's only running 13 miles per hour. So seeing that and learning stuff like that, and the way he's able to, work his defenders to make it seem like he's running faster, but it allows him to get in and out of his breaks a lot easier, to where the DBs can't react fast enough, and it creates that separation. I've been studying his game ever since I, could remember. So definitely him.
Nice.
All right, Khalil. When I watch your game, it's hard to compare you to just one player. I see a lot of DJ Moore in your game, though. Who are some of your favorite wide receivers?
I like watching Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp brings a lot of finesse and savviness to the game. He's somebody who, when he's big in the run game as well, which allows him to get open. So helping his physicality in the run game and going down, blocking safeties, backers, getting in the box, allows him to, run in that same direction, but stem inside and run these routes as if he's going to block, which people they have to respect his blocking ability to where, it brings them down and he's able to pop up over the top. He had one in the Super Bowl, I believe, where he ran inside, safety comes down and he just pops right up back over the top wide open. So, his finesse and savviness is something that I admire. Then I would definitely say Devontae Adams, just because his release package, you've seen this dude especially down in the red zone, like he'll run and act like he's running the fade, throw the hand up, then come back across for the slant, like things like that. Like you just don't wake up and do those type of things. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody who's mastered, his release package. So I definitely love watching him play as well.
Yeah, man,
he's a technician.
Yeah, I just mentioned DJ Moore because just so many things just like of his game remind me of what you brought to the table when you were at Boise State. I mean, the way that you stem at the top of the route, just everything, the way your ability to stack and just the savviness and Swiss Army knife. I mean, that's why I love watching DJ Moore, local Philly kid, and being able to watch him grow up around me and then see him absolutely just like punish DBs out in Carolina, even without a proper quarterback some of these years. I mean, that's why it's really exciting to see your game and see the comparisons.
Now, you and your team talk about checking the boxes, going through the whole draft process. What have been some of those boxes for you?
Yeah, so checking the boxes is it's almost like a mentality, I guess you could say. So, dating back to my first box that I wanted to check off was finding the right agents and signing with the right agency. And Derek and Sam Mirza and Chris Cabin and those guys, talked to them for a bit. And when I made that decision, it was probably the easiest decision because of the personal connection I felt with them, just as far as relationships. So those guys are amazing, man, and I definitely am truly happy with being with them, because those guys I could call those guys whenever I need them. They'll be there right away. They've flown down to Florida to see me training. They live in California. They've flown down to Florida for one day. They'll fly in the morning and then leave later on that day just to check up on me, see how I'm doing, hang out for a bit. So that was the first box I checked off. Then, when I got with them, it was all right. Let's look forward and see what these boxes we have to check off. The first one was the Senior Bowl. Coming from the Mountain West, people question the competitiveness within the Mountain West. It's not like the SEC and things like that, right? So being able to go to the Senior Bowl and compete against guys and from every single conference was the next box I had to check off, and not just compete with them, show them that I am better than them and that I can, compete with these guys and go out there and stand out. So after the Senior Bowl, we were really, really happy with what I did up there. I was confident when I went up there, always have a chip on my shoulder, and just knew that, when somebody lines up across from me, there's nobody that can stop me. So we believe we checked that box. The next one was Combine, and then Combine was all about the 40 for me. So it's like, I know the speed training is paying off. I know it is. Got up to the Combine, did what I did, not only within the 40, but within the position drills and stuff. We checked that box off, and that was we were happy with that. Then my next box, people thought it was pro day, but it was me proposing to my lady. So that was the day before pro day. Pro's on the 29th. So that all went well. If it didn't, I probably wouldn't be sitting here smiling so much right now. But that went well. She said yes, and that was another box checked off. But then it was pro day. Pro day was to just improve my vert and go out there and just run more crisp routes, and definitely did that. So for us, it's like identify the next goal and what we have and the time limit we have to the next goal, and put in the work. And then when we get there, go to work off after.
I mean, to be honest, that's one of the things, like me personally, that I was just thinking about your game heading into the Senior Bowl. I was just like, now I need to see him against some of this competition. As the week progressed, day after day, it's like you got better and better and better. And I remember on day 3 of the practices, I was speaking with Derek, and I'm like, "Are you here?" Because he's like, "Nah, are you there?" And I'm like, "I'm in here," and he was asking me like, "So how's Khalil look?" I was like, "Yo, he just caught a crosser right over the middle, and then you had that full extension catch in the corner." I was like, I was just happy to see. And then when you went to the Combine, just another box checked. You had a phenomenal Combine.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, Khalil. When it comes to film, what is your process of watching and breaking it down? How has this process evolved throughout your college career?
Yeah, I mean, it evolved a lot from, when you're in high school, you don't really watch as much film. It's high school is just talented people go out there and let's just play, So when I got into college, the importance of film became huge because now you're game planning opponents. You're trying to see who is their top players, what coverages they run, and how are we gonna, throw our offense in there and win and beat them. So, from the standpoint of film, for me, it was always identifying their top players. So me lining up in the slot a lot this past year, I'd always look for their nickel and see if that's going to be a mismatch or if it's going to be a tough matchup. After that, look at their secondary as a whole. Is their boundary corner? Do they play boundary field? Do they play sides? Do they put their best corner in the boundary? Do their safeties help out in the run game a lot? Does their strong safety like to help in the run support, which can give us opportunities to run RPOs, things like that. So after looking through all that in their personnel, look at their coverages. We got a lot of man this past year, which, if you go in for the week and that team runs man pretty much the whole game, that's music to a receiver's ears, So for me, it makes it a lot easier when you got a guy just lined up in front of you. You don't have to see if it's cover 2, cover 4, cover 3, things like that. So definitely, love that they ran man. What downs did they run man? Were they mainly zone the whole game? And then when it was on third downs, did they go man? Like, things like that. What were they doing in the red zone? Were they straight zero, or did they zone off? Depending on what yard line we were on or how far we were into the red zone. So it definitely evolved from my freshman year to my senior year. The film watching became more and more intense. It only became because it's almost like you fall in love with doing it, because it's like you want to give every advantage to yourself that you can going into the game. You don't watch film the whole week and then go into the game, you don't know what you're going to get. But if you study somebody's habits and, things, what they do, how do they press? Do they go one hand? Do they go two hand? Do they do soft? So it's like studying those things going into the game and almost knowing what they're going to do. Obviously, throughout a game, teams can change things up, but you watch a team for multiple games and have a feel for what they're going to do. It just gives yourself an advantage. So the film work just got more and more intense as my college career went on.
Taking your talents to the Senior Bowl, you were able to go up against some of the nation's best corners. Who were some of the cornerbacks that gave you the toughest competition?
I would definitely say me and dude from Pitt. His last name is Mathis, I believe. For me, it was he played me tough. He got me, I got him. So he was somebody that was really, really good. In my opinion, really, really good. Got a couple reps against Bryant from Cincy. That was fun. That was real fun. Just because to see what he's done throughout his college career, then go up against him. Just do what I do and show scouts that I can hang with top guys, and guys who have a lot of buzz around their names. So I'd say those two were definitely, guys that I loved going against and that were tough competition. You also have I don't want to mispronounce his name, but he's from Baylor. Petrie or something like that.
Petrie,
Jalen.
He's a dog too. So those guys, kudos to them. They're all really, really good players, and obviously their film speaks for itself. They're dogs. So
I just want to make one note. Pickett was throwing the ball at one of those plays. He could have thrown it back a bad ball because you were up against his teammate. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just like I saw that play where you were up against the Pitt corner. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, like it could have been a better ball. I was like, oh, Pickett threw that one.
Nah, Pickett's dope. Pickett's a dope dude.
All right, Khalil, what is your why? What are some of your goals, and what are some of your goals as a rookie?
I mean, my why is my family. Those, my mom, my dad, my siblings. Ever since I started playing ball, I didn't even really want to play at first. I was huge on soccer. I started playing. I started playing tackle football when I was 7 years old, and my dad kind of threw me into it, and didn't like getting hit at all. And I didn't like any of that. The idea of somebody tackling me, I didn't like it, So he was somebody who was always on me. He was my coach for my first couple of years, and no matter what, he made sure that I would go out there and just compete, even at a young age, just go out there, have fun, and compete. As time went on, I learned to love the game because it's truly the best game in the world, in my opinion. So, that's my why. My family is just the time and the support that they put into me ever since I started playing the game. To be here now in the position that I'm in, and with the draft here, coming up, just to show them that all their time and support that they put into me ever since I was 7 years old is gonna pay off. It's truly a blessing, and I'm definitely thankful that they believed in me and stuck with me my whole life, and no one just told me like, you got this. Even when I'm feeling down, I didn't have the best game. After my dad chewed me out for having a bad game, then he would tell me, just stick to it, stay the course. So definitely appreciate my family, and that's the main reason why I do everything. So my goals for this upcoming rookie season is, for me, it's just, how can I contribute to a team? I don't want to be placed into just one spot. I don't want to be labeled as one thing or another. Whatever I can do for a team to win and get on the field, I truly believe when I'm on the field, I make plays, and whether that's lining up in the slot or X or Z, or doing wildcat, or playing running back, or running down on special teams. I ran down on kickoff my sophomore year here at Boise State. Anything I can do to get onto the field and contribute. I'm a big time team player, and I truly believe in the team aspect of the game. And for me, it's just do anything I can to help the team win.
Now, speaking of Boise State, you have former teammates that are in the league, Eagles wide receiver John Hightower, and Dolphins, newly signed Dolphins wide receiver Cedric Wilson. Have they been a wealth of information on what to expect in the league?
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely say, not just them, but just, my older brothers alone, just them going into the league and seeing how careers pan out, and like what they're doing, and hearing from them. John, actually, the last couple times we ain't even talked football. We talk about bowling, because he bowls. But just seeing him and going to the Dolphins and watching him in his career, and him, to overcome injuries as well and still stay the course, and stick to what he does best, and knows that it's all going to pay off one day, and seeing it now paying off, it's something that I truly look up to, just their careers. I got guys like Avery Williams, who plays for the Falcons. He's somebody too that I'm a lot close to, and that I talk to more often than the rest of those guys. Curtis Weaver on the Browns, that I talk to a bit more, and them just kind of letting me know how it works. For me, I'm huge on relationships. I'm a relationship type of person, and I'm adapting or adopting the business aspect to everything. It's don't get too hung up on one team or one player or anything, because you never know what can happen. It's a business. So for me, it's that's what I've learned from them is, hey man, come in, whatever team you go to, go there, ball out, do what you do, and things will go how they're supposed to go. Because at the end of the day, it's one big business, and teams are going to do what they need to do to win at the end of the day. So just go in there and just be me, have fun with it, and ball out.
Yeah, Khalil, I love that answer with building relationships, because I'm all about building bridges, leaving places better than you found it, and that mindset, that's gotten you this far, and that's going to allow you to be a key contributor day one in an NFL locker room and on the field. And it's really exciting, man. I mean, I was talking to Turi Carpenter. That was the main dude that I really hit it off with when I was down at Mobile. And the other day, he just DM'd me, and he sent me a picture of his wall. It's like his jersey from Georgia Tech, and like pictures of like him and his parents, him and his grandparents. And then there's a picture of me and him on the field. And that's like hit me, man. It's like remind me like what my why is. Like my why is like having guys like you on the show and just try to help you guys along with your journey and be a part of it. So I really enjoyed that answer. Last question from me, Khalil. So I saw that you recently got engaged. Congratulations, by the way. What has it meant to you to have that type of support in your life and career?
I mean, it's the biggest blessing I could ever ask for. A lot of people go through this solo, and it's a big mental game. This right here is if you don't have a strong mental game, you're not going to make it. And my fiance has been somebody that went to every single game this past season. For me, it got to the point where if I didn't see her in the stands, I was like, I had to keep looking extra to see her right before the game started. So, our connection, our bond, it means everything to me. Having her support just pushes me to be better every single day. And it's crazy because, I never had, somebody like her in my life to where the most important thing is what I'm thinking up here in my brain. every single day she makes sure to check up on me and just ask if I'm okay or ask how I'm doing, you know, because sometimes all you need to do is just talk about things, you know, for her to you know, realize that sometimes I could be overthinking in my head, and all I need to do is just get it off my chest and talk. And she'll sit there and just listen to me talk. And, you know, that's the biggest blessing I could ever ask for. She's somebody who keeps my mind right, keeps me mentally ready to wake up every single day and just attack the day. So I'm just truly blessed to have her.
Hey man, you're inspiring all these dudes out here to make sure, you know, and get engaged, you know, put a ring on it, gentlemen.
You got to find the right one. Don't just put a ring on nothing.
This is true. Now, throwing a little curveball here. You know, alive or dead, you know, if you could pick 5 people to have dinner with, who would they be?
That's a tough one.
I know you got a big family now, so you don't, you know, I don't want you to offend family members. So if you exclude family members who, you know.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's exclude the family members. So we just talking, let me just say celebrities, you know, people in the league. I would say Deion Sanders got to be one.
Prime time, the original.
Julio Jones got to be one. Like I said, you know, watching him growing up. This don't got is this just football or just overall?
It could be anyone. It could be philosopher. It could be anyone.
I would say Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, yeah. The original Shaq. The original Shaq.
Yeah, the original Shaq. Because we Shaq. One of my nicknames Shaq, but you know my pops nickname first. It's Shaq with a K, not a Q. So it's a little bit different. You know, we don't want to, you know, try and, you know, live under Shaq with a Q. You know, that's something that he's a baller in everything he does. So Shaq, I would say, man, this is tough.
That's 3, right?
Yeah.
You got Shaq, Julio Jones, Deion Sanders. 2 left.
David Goggins. Yeah. I'm gonna pick his brain. I got one more. Let's go with Kevin Hart. Hart.
All right. Yeah. Philadelphia native. Yeah. Are you trying to send Eagle by? Because he's a big Eagle fan.
Y'all put me on the spot. I came with the first 5 people that came to mind. So don't nobody judge my table, man.
That's what's up, man. Now I did find some favorites. This was out of high school, so maybe the young Khalil could be different than the OG Khalil. Now your favorite food back in the day was mini tacos. What is your favorite food now?
Mama's fried chicken. My mom's fried chicken.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite movie? 4 Brothers. Me and Chris were like, you know, that's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it is. I just watched it again the other day, but I watched Saving Private Ryan last night or 2 nights ago. That'll probably be my favorite movie now.
You know, I saw Saving Private Ryan in the movie theater, and so many people were getting old folks were getting sick.
Bro, you can't make this up. I literally have it. It's literally on my desk right in front of me.
That's crazy. No, it was a real good movie. My fiance's dad he'd been telling me to watch it, and I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't find it or what, but it's on Netflix, so we watched that the other night. Really, really good movie.
Okay. Favorite NFL team? Atlanta Falcons. It's okay. It's in the Bird family. Family.
No, that's you know, I grew up being a Falcons fan. My dad, you know, and my dad is big on the Falcons. You know, his whole he has a gym in his garage. It got Falcon carpet, Falcon, you know, stuff up. His car is red and black. He got Falcon symbols on it. Yeah, so he's a big time Falcons fan. But you know,
that stadium is pretty nice, man.
Oh yes, beautiful. But getting into this process and, you know, kind of going through it, it's kind of hard to just say I have a favorite NFL team.
Dad's gonna have to have a second team, man. Dad's gonna have to have a second team.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna have to leave that one blank for now. We'll see here at the end of this month, though.
that was a trick question, but favorite pastime? You was watching Netflix. You just mentioned watching Netflix, but favorite pastime now?
I like to go bowling a lot. I bowl a lot, so I would definitely say I still watch a lot of Netflix, but I love bowling more. So,
okay, that was interesting. Let's see. Feast with Pete. You know, he's getting personal here. Said, ask him if he likes Jalen Hurts' game.
Yeah, no, Jalen Hurts. Watched him his college career, watched him there, and then seeing what he's been doing. I definitely, I wouldn't mind playing with him for sure. But I think he's a baller. No matter what anybody says, in my opinion, I think he's somebody who's going to show out this upcoming year for sure and have an amazing career. So,
yeah. Now Sean asks, did you run any track growing up? If so, what events? I know your family members have ran track. No.
Yes, my older brother and my older sister did track. I did not, which is crazy because I think it was like the freshman year. It was after football. It was like the first day of track or something like that. You had to sign up and then go out. I didn't sign up. And then I think I went home one day and my mom was like, "You supposed to be at track." And I was like, "I'm not doing track." And yeah, she got on me for that. But I never ran track actually. So it was just strictly football, 7-on-7, and just stuck to that.
Now we had a couple videos, talk to prospect. It's all really about, getting to know you and talk about your game a little bit. But we tried to find some clips that some of these were personal because, this me and Chris, this was our first Senior Bowl down there.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like your story was a little part of the personal story of just, knowing Derek, and having that moment of watching you excel and seeing him is excited as he was to watch your game. That was pretty awesome. But going back to some of the clips, this play right here, and to me, this kind of like, this is, you make your money in the NFL going over the middle, and here you are. Great camera angle, by the way. Boom. And taking the shot. And then you talk about the release package here. The twitch, you're pretty twitched up, dude.
Appreciate it.
And this is against Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I'm trying to expand my horizon as far as the release game. So comes with studying a lot of the greats in the league right now. So
now who do you study the most when it comes to routes?
It just depends on what I'm trying to get accomplished in that film session. So if I'm trying to do releases, right? So if I'm like, okay, I gotta, expand my horizon, like I said with my releases, I watch Devontae Adams, for a couple hours. If I'm trying to, for me and my finesse is having this that I like to add into the game. Like I said, I watch Cooper Kupp and the way he runs his routes, because he's not the fastest guy in the league, but he's open 90% of the time, just because of the way he's able to work somebody. So when I'm sitting there and trying to work, wide receivers and what they're doing and, create the illusion that I'm going to go deep or that I'm going to stem inside and I'm going inside, but then I break back out. I like to watch guys like Cooper Kupp. But that's about it. I like watching Julio Jones. Like I said, always a big fan of him. And just, for me, I want to get more physical as I play the game and get into this next level. So watch guys like him and, the way he runs his route and his burst off of the ball. And things like that. So I watch a lot of guys. It just depends on what exactly I'm trying to accomplish within that film session.
Now we have another play. When I look at your game, the words in my head come up. A lot of want to. Like you got a lot of want to in your game. When the ball is in your vicinity, that's yours, man. And you make it very clear to any DB around you. This play, talk us through this one here.
So I'm not even supposed to get the ball in this play. I'm not even really supposed to be a read. And as you see, I didn't get a foot down. So I'll just call that out right now. I didn't get the foot down. But this play here was just it was supposed to go to our boundary receiver who, we called it a summer route. He sells a shallow route and spikes up to open green grass. And myself and the ex receiver outside of me, we're just clearing routes. We called it love for the game routes. So this is just clear out, take as many guys as you can with you and get somebody else open. So what happened was Hank had to scramble. He stepped up and he just threw it up. And for me, my whole mentality with going up and getting the ball is if my quarterback trusts me enough to throw me the ball when there's multiple guys on me, then I'm gonna go make the play. So
now did you remember what happened after this? Because you hit hard, my guy. Right here. You look like give me a second, bro.
Yeah.
My wind.
Yeah, no, I just got the wind knocked out of me for a quick second. And I actually hit the ground and I was catching a cramp in my calf. But when I hit the ground, I felt my calf start to cramp up, but I couldn't breathe. So I think that the wind getting knocked out of me, like the cramp went away. It just went to trying to breathe. Like I was trying to stay alive at that point in my head. That's what I'm thinking. So when I hit the ground, caught the cramp, then I was like, I took a deep breath and I couldn't, get it out, and the cramp went away. And then I was like, I just need to sit here for a second and just gather myself. So
now this one of our last plays here. Just a simple route here. It's just just fall in the sweet spots of the defense. This is to me, like I feel like you're 3-level threat, but just at the next level, I think it's being on the same page as your quarterback and being where you're supposed to be. And I feel like this is a part of your game that it's sweet and simple, and catching the ball with traffic is something that NFL coaches love.
Yeah, that play is one of my favorite plays. I actually have a read on that play, so I can do multiple things. I can run a dig, I can run a curl, I can run an inside fade, and I can run a seam. So I got a lot of options off of that play, and there's 4 or 5 options. So at that point, if you got 4 or 5 options and you basically just reading the defense, you got to get open. You're not running one simple route where you have to win inside or have to win outside. I could do whatever I want, be as creative as I want, just make the right read, be on the same page as the quarterback, and just get open. So that's a route that a lot of timing had to be worked on within the quarterbacks throughout the week to understand what the defense was doing. Was I going to run the dig more often? Did they play a lot of man? Was I going to run the fade more often? Just being on the same page with him. That just came with a lot of preparation. So definitely one of my favorite routes.
Okay. Now Kelly said inside or outside release. What's your first move off the line?
That just depends on what the route is, So inside for me, if I can, either one works for me, as long as if I decide, let's say I have an out breaking route, if I do decide to take an inside release, it has to be very, very clean, because I know I have to get to a point where I'm almost stack over him. Now I have a two-way go. Vice versa too, if I take an outside release and have an inside breaking route, depends on what the route is. But if I can get into a stack position regardless of inside or outside release, that's the main goal, because now you stack a DB, he has no clue which way you're going to go. You know what you're doing in your head, and you could show him that you're going to break out but then break in, or go in but then break out. But it just comes with knowing and having a plan in your head when you go up to the line too. I like to keep it as simple as I can, if I can. But if you got a really, really good DB, sometimes it takes a little more time at the line depending on the release, or at the top end of the route. If you do decide to burst off the ball and take a slower release, you got to make up for it, to create that separation at the top end of route. So
I have one last question. I know you didn't have to flex on everyone taking your shirt off at the pro day here, but not us. Not also all of us have abs around here, but you got Unbreakable across the belly here. These tattoos are forever. So what's the meaning behind Unbreakable?
That's a mentality. So for me, it's more for my mental game. It's no matter what happens throughout my life, no matter what gets in my way, the obstacles, no matter what it is, I'm unbreakable. You can't break me. It doesn't matter if you sit there and scream at me or try and hurt my feelings or whatever it is. No matter what happens throughout my life, I always, tell myself I'm unbreakable. And, with that mental game, when I tell myself I'm unbreakable every single day, it's nothing that can stop me. So it's just pretty much a mentality.
Now, Tone got real hard-hitting questions here. Is Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox. I just got the new Xbox. Derek just got it for me.
Get out!
I got the new Xbox, or the newish Xbox.
What you playing? Are you playing sports games? You playing a little Halo?
Nah, I play Warzone. I play Warzone a lot. Then I play a lot
of.
Or I just got back on Fortnite because they took the builds away. I couldn't build for nothing when you had to build on that, and you got people building towers in half a second, so it just didn't make sense to me. But they took it away.
Mallee's a big Warzone guy.
Yeah, Warzone is that's my stuff right there.
Bro, the hackers got me off there for a little bit. I got sick.
It's been a minute since I came across the hackers.
No. Yeah, they had the anti-cheat, but it was bad, bro. You had people like standing in the middle of the map, spinning around, shooting you like 200 yards away. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, that was awful. That was when I think it was during season when the cheating was bad. I don't play much during season. It's mostly off season. So I hop back on and they got the anti-cheat and all that stuff now. And it's not a big fan of the map though. The map is huge. And they got the
Bro, the lighting is so bad. You can't see anything.
See, you get Chris started, man. He's gonna
Khalil understands he's a gamer,
No,
man.
yeah.
You get done practice, you get done work, and you're like, I'm trying to chill with my boys. You get on there and you're like looking into the sun on the TV.
Yeah,
it's not the
that's my favorite game right there, Warzone for sure.
Now, Chris, did you have any more questions before Khalil gets out of here?
No
Chris?
questions at all. Just thank you very much for being so gracious with your time. I mean, just really proud to see what you've accomplished. It was awesome talking to all your whole team and agency when we were down in Alabama because they were so hype about it, and we were so hype about it. Every day we just kept tabs on your process throughout the week, and it was really cool just to meet yourself and all the players down there, and just to see all you guys just like in the moment. And I think that was one of the, not just because we were down there, but just my experience of watching the Senior Bowl every year. Like, that was one of the more competitive Senior Bowls I've ever seen because I think people increased their stock at an exponential level this year. I mean, you got guys from all over competing, and now all those guys from the Senior Bowl, their stocks are flying up. They're all the guys getting the interviews, and it's really awesome to see the progress that you've made. And congratulations. I mean, I know you're still waiting to see how everything turns out by the end of the month, but congratulations on the engagement. Congratulations on an awesome season and off season, and best of luck in the league, man. Hopefully you end up here in Philly, but regardless, you got fans for life here, man, and we really appreciate your time tonight.
No, I definitely appreciate you guys.
Now, piggybacking off Chris, I mean, we drove down from Philly. It was a snowstorm, so instead of flying, we drove about 16 hours all the way to Alabama.
Oh, wow.
And just to, that whole experience was great. Watching, like Chris said, everyone's stock. Guys that we're looking at Calvin Austin. Alec Pierce, looking at Khalil Shakir, and to see you guys succeed. That's really where we are as we're Eagle fans, but we're also draft fans. So just to see you succeed is really at the end of the day really what we're all about. Before we get out of here, if there's anything that you want to say to the Philadelphia Eagles on why they should draft you, here's your stage to do so.
No, I just want to say, if I do end up in Philly, that'll be a blessing in itself, right there. I know the fan base is amazing. The organization is great. I truly believe that if I did end up there, it'd be, one of the biggest blessings ever. And if I did, Philly would get, somebody who works hard every single day, keeps his head down, grinds, leads by example, can line up anywhere, and just put my best foot forward every single day and do everything I can to win games for the team and make the fan base happy. So definitely we'll see how this thing, plans out and see how it ends up at the end of the month. But would be truly a blessing if I did end up in Philly, and definitely wouldn't mind that. So definitely want to say appreciate you guys for having me on. It's been fun. Definitely one of my favorites for sure. Just chopping it up with you guys. You guys' kind words means a lot to me and everything I've been doing. So definitely appreciate you guys.
Well, thanks again, Khalil, for me and Chris and Khalil. This has been Talk to Prospect. And as always, fly, Eagles fly, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bro. Question for you. What size shoe you wear?
It depends on the shoe, because
I seen your Air Force One guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why Air Forces, I go 10.5 so they don't crease. Because if my normal size for all shoes is 11, but when you got the Air Force Ones, you don't want to crease them up. So I'll go down a size. I got a couple, some of the Nike Dunks in here that I messed up and went size 11 because I just blanked. And now those are a little bit creased up. So
I'm a big sneakerhead guy. I customize shoes, so I just want to get your. I'm gonna get a pair of shoes out to you. I just need to know what size shoe you like.
You customize what's you like doing everything, or you do like a certain?
I do everything, man. I do Jordans. I do Vans. I do you name it.
Oh, that's dope.
So you let me know what I seen your big. I seen you had some black Air Force Ones. No judging, no judging. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy got a little crazy in him. And then I saw a couple photos with some white Air Force Ones. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
he must be Air Force One. I saw a couple dunks.
Mhm.
Have you been hitting on the app or no?
No, I don't do so. For me, I've never been like a big sneakerhead. So for me, it's like I'll just get in the store. I guess I heard these gold ones right here, the gold and black. My homie was like on one of the apps. They go for like 200 plus now, and I'm like, I got those for $90. I walked into the store one day and just got them, and I guess they just don't sell them anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess I got lucky. I also got another pair that are in my storage room right now that are just all white with black, a black or not a black, a light blue, a baby blue Nike symbol, and it's like they were like, yeah, those are going for like 300. And I don't know. I guess I got all these shoes, and I don't even know what they really cost. To be honest, I guess I just got lucky, and
All right.
so not a huge time sneaker
You
fan, but
never
the
ended
black Air
Gayle,
Forces
you never
got
ended.
both.
I didn't end the broadcast.
Nah,